Hi, I'm Shauna J. Cerniak, founder of Every Woman Empowered, and alongside are my co-hosts,
Johnny Gallardo, international artist, and Every Woman Empowered resident artist.
And Neela Janu, certified laughter yoga instructor, founder of Let's Laugh Yig, and happiness ambassador for Every Woman Empowered.
Welcome to
Chick Chit Chat!
Hi, Chick Chick Chats!
Our special guest today is Diana Steele, who is running for Edmonton's next mayor. Welcome, Diana.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you guys this morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, Diana, for being on the show. You know, we are so excited to not just have one, but three beautiful women that are running to become mayor for the city of Edmonton. And we're excited to have you as our first candidate on. So we have some fabulous questions, the same questions we're going to be asking all three candidates. And we just want to hear what you have to say about yourself and about our beautiful city, Edmonton.
So I get to start us all off. And my first question is, what made you want to run for mayor of Edmonton?
That's actually a really long story, so I'll try and give you the short version of it. A few years ago, actually 3 or 4 years ago, I was really urging a friend of mine to run for mayor because we were being told that the system, our non-partisan system, was about to become partisan in the next election in 2021. And after unsuccessfully urging that individual to run, I went into panic mode a little bit. And I thought, well, wait a minute, someone has to try and stop this. And if it's not you, then who will it be? And it's just my personality. I started looking at it and thinking, okay, well, I have the passion and the drive, and certainly I don't want this to happen. So I guess that's me. I guess I'm stepping up to the plate now, and here I am, running for mayor of Edmonton.
That's awesome. So what, as you as a woman, what are you bringing to the table that is specific to you as a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I'm not a politician. Not that that has to be male or female, but I have no hidden agenda at all. I think I'm the most qualified to be the mayor of Edmonton based on what we're living through right now. We're facing a pandemic, and our city is growing more and more divided. And I think not that men don't have the ability to bring people together, they certainly do, but I think women have a more nurturing quality. I certainly know I bring that to the table myself. So I see us becoming more and more divided every day, and it makes me sad as just an Edmonton resident, as a mom who has 2 boys who are growing up in this city as well. I don't want that for them. And I think I'm someone who can bring the city together. I think I lead with compassion, and I'm typically non-judgmental. So I also just happen to be a woman. I think I am the most qualified and female. That's just a bonus. And I think it's time for us to have a female leading this city. And again, that's not to insult any men who have done the job before us, but I think it's time. We've only ever had one other female mayor. And I would like, I love the way that Jacinda Ardern runs New Zealand. She's very open and compassionate. She's friendly. She's funny. She's everything that you would want in a leader, from my perspective anyway. So, and I know that we have municipal issues that need to be focused on. We have a city to run. We have an economy to recover. But at the end of the day, we have to close the divide. And I think a woman could do that very successfully.
Awesome. Wonderful. So what do you feel is the most important issue that you can help the city with?
Well, right now, I think first of all, we have to focus on, like I said, closing the divide. That is the number one issue for me. I'm on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all I can see every day is just more and more division. So I would like to help close the divide. That is my number one issue. I'm not focusing on downtown. I'm not focusing on potholes in the city right now. I mean, again, those are municipal issues that are important. But right now, when I decided to run, it was to keep the system from becoming partisan, and it was to help close the divide. Those are my number two reasons for running.
Wow. That I guess for myself, when you talk about this is, during a pandemic, and you're right, it's not the most easiest time to become mayor. It's actually a really scary time to become mayor. Now, Mayor Iveson, he's been running for quite a few years. What do you feel that he has done that's been a great asset to this city?
I think he's been a great mayor. So he's been leading us for almost 8 years now. I think he's calm and he's professional. I've seen the attacks he gets on a daily basis, and you never see that guy lose his cool ever. I think that's important for a leader. He takes the hits. But he's a very well composed leader, which we want. We want to see someone who can handle the adversity that comes your way in this position. And I think he's done a great job. I mean, anyone who runs the city of Edmonton is going to have people who don't like them. You are never going to make 100% of the population happy, unfortunately. But I think he's done a great job. I think he's done a wonderful job. I would like a little more transparency. So I often compare myself to Mayor Dawn Iveson. I think I'm calm as well. I'm quite professional. I can take the hits, those kinds of things. But I'm a little more open with my life and my personal life. I would probably do a lot more live videos. I would share probably way too much information about the city. I'd be much more transparent. People in the background would be like, stop talking.
Nothing wrong with being transparent, I believe, but that's just me.
So as we're saying, being mayor, not an easy job. How do you overcome adversity?
What I always try to remind myself of is the why. Why am I doing something? If you are convinced that you have a responsibility, and I feel I have a responsibility to serve the citizens of Edmonton, then it makes it much easier to tolerate the hard hits that come your way. You just have to wake up every day and remember the why.
That's right.
Yeah.
The why is so important.
Mm-hmm.
That's so important. So what do you believe is Edmonton's best asset?
The people, for sure, the people. We step up.
We rock.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
If a call came out, this afternoon that there was a family in distress or in need, the amount of people who come and step up to the plate, and usually behind the scenes, we don't know who they are typically. We have some of the kindest, most wonderful citizens in the world living in our city. And as a community leader, and I'm someone who likes to collect kind souls, so maybe it's just me, maybe I'm lucky. It's unfortunate that it's the people that I spend most of the time with are very kind, but that's who I see living in Edmonton. And that's who I seriously consider to be the greatest asset of our city is the people.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
We have some amazing people out there.
Amazing business owners. So what's your favorite Edmonton-based business?
This won't come as a surprise to anybody who's watching me today or when this video is released. It's Deluxe in Crestwood. And the reason that is my favorite business is because the owner, Jim Skagos, he now owns that individual franchise himself. He is a behind the scenes, works in the shadows, wonderful community guy. He helps out the Pilgrims Hospice all the time. He shows up continually when Candy Cane Lane is running to feed the volunteers. He does tons of community work for the homeless population. His staff members are the exact same way. And so it was actually about 2 years ago. He and I, we've lived in the same community for the last, 10, 15 years. but we've never met. And about 2 years ago, he would drop off food at Canopy Lane, but then you just see him in dark clothes and maybe an Oilers tee running down the street to get into his car and hide. He never wanted to be thanked. He would do everything behind the scenes. So finally one day I sent him a note and I said, I think it's time you and I meet. We both have the same heart, the same morals. We are, we behave in the same way. It's time we finally meet each other. So I went and met him at Deluxe and we became fast friends. And and now I'm there all the time. And I promote him out as much as possible because anyone who gives that back to the community deserves to run a very successful business in Edmonton. And I know there are so many businesses in Edmonton who do that. This is just one that I happen to be personally connected to. So
that's Deluxe in Crestwood?
Correct, yes. And the food is great too. So that's a bonus.
Yes. And it's interesting. I have heard fabulous things about this business owner myself.
Jim, yes.
He was doing some work with the Christmas Bureau and working alongside with them. So I've heard some fabulous stuff about this gentleman. So,
and he'll be so mad at me for talking about him this way, but he is such a great community leader, but he doesn't want the accolades and the fanfare.
So can we say his name?
We can. I've said Jim Skagos. Yes.
Jim Skagos.
Yes.
We love you, Jim. So, a lot of times, and you just talked about this, being transparent, but a lot of times people that are running in politics are not transparent. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is something that's unique about yourself that no one knows about that you're sharing for the first time today with us and our viewers?
Well, it's funny. I actually had to reach out to some of my friends to get some advice on how to answer this question. I'm like, do they want to know that I don't like chocolate? Like, and then I've been shunned from some groups for that reason.
Bernard Calabo is like, oh no, what's going on?
And then, I got some feedback and they said, no, I think what most people don't know about you and that's very unique is my ability to give people the benefit of the doubt. You could be the worst human in the world and do the worst thing to me, and I will reach out to you, have a conversation with you, find some common ground, forgive you, and probably make you my friend.
Wow.
And I could do that with anything. And, if you have a glimpse into my personal life, and I don't want to chat too much about it just to maintain their privacy, but I am divorced and, I have a whole other life that operates in the shadows, but I live that value every day of forgiveness and non-judgment and, come to me in any form and I will love you as a human. And that is something my friends often say is very unique because I will say to them, why aren't you friends with that person? Well, they did this to me. Get over it. Have a conversation with them. Find out where they were coming from and how you can, find some common ground and maintain a relationship with them. So
that's unique because
I think that's a superpower.
Yeah, I think so too, because that takes a lot of personal strength, forgiveness. I mean, we can name quite a few things, acceptance, understanding, compassionate. Like, wow, Diana, that's incredible. I think you're right, Jenny. I think that is a superpower.
Yeah, I'm working on my friends and trying to train other people to do it as well, because there is no reason to hold a grudge at all, and it can be very damaging to yourself, and usually there's a misunderstanding of some kind. So yeah, so I think that's why, again, running for mayor, I think I could project that out to the rest of the city. That's why I think I could really start to close the divide that we're facing.
I love that. And that ripple effect goes throughout the whole entire city.
I agree.
Imagine what an incredible place this would even be, even more so. Wow.
Yeah, life is too short to hold those grudges. And especially we're seeing in this last year, what a difference when you're not able to see people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you said that Edmonton's best asset are its people, and we are every woman empowered. So how do we empower Edmontonians, especially women, to be all that they can be?
Okay. This one's a really tough question because unfortunately, what I've experienced is it's women against other women typically. So I think what we need to see is women who can stop judging other women who can stop being jealous about other women's success. I am the type of person, if I go on a journey, I am taking as many people with me as I can possibly hold and carry on my back. I want to go forward, and I want to bring everyone with me. Unfortunately, I've had, even in this situation in running for mayor, I've had a lot of female friends who walk away. They either don't want to go on the journey with me, or they're not able to rise up. And I wish they could, because we need to see, we need female empowerment. We need other women to support other women. And it's tough though, because seeing someone else succeed can be hard. It's just inherent to some of us, where we just can't watch another woman succeed. Men are better at it for some reason, or they become more competitive with one another. If they see someone become successful, they find a way to become equal or more successful than that individual. And women just try and tear each other down. So I think we need to really work on how we can support one another. I think that is the biggest part for me.
Yes, women empowering women.
Yes, which is why I'm so happy about what you guys are working on in your project.
Thank you. You know, Every Woman Empowered has been around since 2012, and it's all about learning, changing, and growing. And all we want to do is build women up to see their full potential. And we want to thank you, Diana, for being a part of our show today and showing us, you know, your potential and your great gifts that you are bringing to the table as a possible mayor for Edmonton. Now, Diana, before we leave, how can people find you so that they can learn more about you and contact you?
I have a website, which is dianasteele.ca. They can find me there. I'm on Twitter, just my name, Diana Steele. And then they can find me on Instagram, Diana Steele YEG, or Facebook, Diana Steele YEG. Yeah, just look for Diana Steele and you'll find me everywhere.
And that's Steele with an E.
Steele with an E, correct.
Steele with an E. Thank you so much, Diana, for being a part of our show today. And we wish you the best during the election. And we're sending you all the greatness of Edmonton to you. And may you succeed in your future endeavors. All the best, Diana.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.